Hi, this is Sal Tuzzolino, host and ringmaster of the Sports Circus, the big top of sports talk radio. Did you hear this?
Oh, it would be great. Somebody goes ahead and gets a touchdown. They got to, and then in order to not be penalized, they run it to the ref, and the ref does a celebration thing. That would be awesome.
Clown around with us and stream the show online at thesportcircus.com. Join me as special guest, WNBA World Champion, Big 12 Hall of Famer, and this year's ambassador to the Women's Final Four, Alicia Thompson, Saturday morning at 8 here on NBC Sports 920, The Game. Welcome back to the final segment of the Sports Circus Friday edition. The Saturday edition can be found here in Las Vegas, 8 a.m., 9:20 a.m., NBC Sports. Southern California, 10:50 a.m., KCAA, NBC Sports. And the Saturday edition will air on Tuesday as a rebroadcast in the Phoenix market on 10:60 a.m., KDUS, NBC Sports. Again, so be sure to follow the Sports Circus at The Sports Circus. Real simple, right? And also you can follow me if you really want to at Sal Circus. I think I have 40 followers, so follow me. I need more. I mean, nobody loves me. I don't know what it is. This guy, hopefully, he'll help that situation. Anyway, this segment is brought to you by Seattle Dan's Pizza, Pasta, and Grinders, located at 8465 West Sahara at Durango. Call in your order at 702-946-6262. Tell them the Sports Circus sent you. Get a 10% discount. Go see Dan. He's a great guy. Remember, 702-946-6262. Call in your dinner order right now. Hurry up. Okay, we have some news. We don't really talk about the news much, but we're going to for a moment here because officially it was announced that the Raiders are making their move.
Yes, sir.
Now, I was reporting on this 7 months ago. 7 months ago that the Raiders deal was already a done deal. And certainly it's just been a big media play up to this point, and now the mainstream media is involved, and that's why everybody is seeing it. They say, oh, yeah, the Raiders are moving. It was already done. Sheldon was already used. That's already done. He got the governor to sign off. The correct investor came into the program conveniently at the last minute, at the 11th hour. And we know what was happening. Get out of here. So anyway, what happens is, now with the Raiders coming here, you have let's face it, this is Las Vegas, California.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, that's really what it is. And so now all the Raider fans are coming from L.A. because that's what they do.
Right.
And they bring a wild, ruckus, Vegas kind of crowd.
Except for the ones that are upset about them leaving.
Like whatever. Tell those crybabies, stay home. We don't want you here.
Right.
You can come here, leave your money, and then get the hell out of town. We have no interest. And go stay at the No-Tell Motel at the end of the Strip. But the implications are to the hockey team. Now, the hockey team, which are the Golden Knights, who start in, ironically, October. So the hockey team was first in market, and people are saying, well, there's not really or the hockey team's treated unfairly with this. No, they're not, because hockey picks up after the Super Bowl. That's when it really starts to go. So really what we're going to have is when preseason starts in hockey in September, preseason in football starts in August, at the end of August. So really what we have is from August all the way technically until the end of June for professional sports here in town. So remember, you have basically 4 months of hockey after the Super Bowl.
Right.
That's what everybody needs to remember here. And the crowds are very different. The hockey crowd is very different than the football crowd. And the Raiders are only going to play 8 games plus 2 preseason games here. And then maybe some playoff games. But remember, this isn't for 2 more years on top of it. They could be playing in San Francisco. Some moron said San Antonio. A complete moron. Get out of here.
Right.
It'd be the San Antonio Bozos. I don't know. That's just not going to work. But anyway, maybe because they thought the Spurs colors. I don't know. That's not going to work.
Yeah.
But my point is, they're going to play somewhere. They can't play here in town because we have a crap hole stadium down at the east end of town. That's not going to work.
Right.
So the Chargers made the move. I'll tell you what, the Chargers are smart because they're taking the LA audience. That's a team that could win now. As much as I despise Phillip Rivers, this is a team that can win 8, 9, 10 games if they actually played 60 minutes instead of 58 minutes. Right? Because they seem to forget the last couple minutes and, well, they piss the game away. Why? Because that's what they do. So anyway, now we have, the fans are saying, well, the hockey fans, they're not really grumbling, but the Raider fans are trying to say that the hockey fans, who gives a shit? All of this stuff, nobody cares. At the end of the day, 2 sports teams out of the big 4 are here in town, and watch and see, the Clippers are coming here.
Crazy.
The Clippers are going to come here. Steve Ballmer wants to have his own arena. He doesn't want to be a tenant. He's the number 3 tenant right now at the Staples Center. You know that, right?
Yes.
Right, behind the Kings, The Kings first, then the Lakers with 16 championships.
Really?
And his team has never even been in the finals.
Wow.
The number 3 tenant. You think he wants to be? He's got billions. He doesn't care. He'll come into town. He'll buy the T-Mobile, and now the Knights will be his tenant. That's his building. He's going to buy it from the MGM. I mean, look, the cards are already on the table for this. I've already knew this stuff 4 or 5 months ago, and I've been talking about it for that long. So watch. Now it's happening, and all those people say, sell the bookmaker. You got it right. And you know what? And there's a reason I'm on NBC Sports is because I know this shit. So here we go. so anyway, look, the fact is, pro sports here. This is 2017 is a historic year for Las Vegas.
Very exciting.
Waited. Now we have hockey, and guess what? We're going to talk about hockey. You know why? Because we can. That's why. And I had a whole segment to talk about the high pay of coaches in the NCAA public schools. Don't even get me started on that, because as a college recruiter for Duke University, I got to tell you, it's a real problem watching all the money go to the coaches.
Yeah,
$6 million here, $7 million here. Tuition has been raised from anywhere 2.7% all the way to 8.5% in these public schools. Now, public schools, that's what fuels the local economy. All those kids have to go to school somewhere, right? Mm-hmm. So without me getting into a big to-do about it, the public schools are basically getting screwed because the coaches are getting paid so much money. But we'll talk about that maybe next week. Yeah. Now, this week, just to finish up here, we have to talk about the hockey because there's a handful of games left. The Washington Capitals have 110 points. They have 6 games left in the season. The Chicago Blackhawks have 105 points. And the significance is the President's Trophy. Whoever ends up with the most points ends up with home ice advantage throughout the playoffs. Now, you may see we have a lovely Blackhawk head right behind us. Hopefully you do. But that is your winner. That is your odds-on favorite today. And this is a team that is hitting on all cylinders today. They have great goaltending. They're scary up front. And they have really solid defense. And in any sport, you have to have defense.
Yeah, defense wins championships all the time.
Right. But in basketball, it's rebounding wins championships.
Oh, right.
Offense sells tickets. Defense wins games, but championships are won by rebounding. That's why we got into the discussion with Theo in the last segment, right? Being the shot blocker. That was his art for 16 years in the NBA. Something tells me he's pretty good at it. I don't know. It's just a hunch. So, defense in hockey, it's the same thing. So, you have wild card teams in hockey now, just like you do in basketball. Well, you're not in basketball because you have 1 through 8. Hell, everybody makes the playoffs in basketball. You just have a pulse and you'll make it. But in hockey, I mean, this is the most grueling sport out of all of them. It's the toughest to play, but the toughest thing to do in all the sports is, what do you got? What's the hardest thing to do in all the sports?
Win. Play as a team.
To hit a baseball.
Really?
Yes. You could fail 7 out of 10 times in baseball and be a Hall of Famer.
I understand that.
Exactly.
Right.
That's what I used to do. I'll throw you a knuckle curve.
I just thought about every sport I've played. I'm like, yes, baseball was the hardest one to hit.
Yeah, well, it's hard to hit the ball.
Right.
But hockey is the most physical and grueling. You got guys skating at 30 miles an hour trying to kill you. There's a puck being shot at 110 miles an hour. That will kill you. Yeah. And if that doesn't kill you, you got a guy on the other side that drops his gloves. And when you fight, he wants to kill you. And you guys go off for 5 minutes, and guess what? You come back and dance again.
Yeah.
You got to love hockey.
Right.
If you don't know anything about hockey, go to a game, sit next to the glass. Your attitude will be changed for life. I'll guarantee it. There's nothing like going to a hockey game right up close. You're right in the action, and they're right in your grill. It's incredible. So I have Washington and Chicago as your 2 favorites. Actually, the Vegas odds do. But I happen to think it's going to be the Pittsburgh Penguins and the Chicago Blackhawks, 2 high-powered offenses, and you certainly have to give the nod to the Blackhawks there because their goaltending is incredible. They have the best goaltending tandem in all of hockey. And again, defense wins championships, but you do have to score.
Right.
You have to score, and they're loaded. It's unfair. They're like the Harlem Globetrotters on ice. It's unbelievable. Yeah, I mean, if you haven't seen them, you have to see them. You at home, if you're not watching them, you should. You're foolish. Anyway, make sure you tune in next week to the Sports Circus on the Friday edition here, and we'll have more Havoc and Mayhem. This is our intern Malik, great guy, and we had Theo Ratliff. Want to thank him. And for everybody out there, thanks again for watching. Tune in to the Saturday show, AM 920 here in Las Vegas. Have a great weekend. See you now.